Hi, this is Will Faerber from Art to Ride, and I'm here with my lovely wife Karen today and our horse Zoolander. And we had a request to talk a little bit about rider fitness. And so I thought we would discuss that a little bit. And the request was to know what we do in particular and how we stay in shape and the requirements necessary to ride at this level. Well, let's put it this way. You'll never be a better rider than you are fit. So if you're out of shape, just know that's always going to stand in your way to some level or another. Now, what I suggest is you need flexibility to ride, and you need strength, and you need wind. So you need all of the above. So you need to do a cross-training type of thing. Our own regiment is that we eat well, being the number one thing. I personally am a raw foodist. I eat about 80% raw food. I eat a thing called a raw meal by Garden of Life. You might want to look into that. I usually have 2 meals a day of that, which are a good way of replacing meals that are full of fat and all other things like that. And then we just basically try to, it's very simple. If you want to lose weight, you've got to eat less calories than you burn. It's as simple as that. So however you go about doing that, you need to get the weight off. And then the exercise-wise, Karen and I both do hot yoga. And I should tell you a little bit, I don't know if she'll want to tell you her age. I'll be 60 years old in a couple of months here. And my wife, do you mind telling them your age?
No, I just turned 54 yesterday.
She just turned 54 years old, so that's a pretty shapely gal for 54 years old. Got the body of a 20-year-old, but you get to that way and you keep it there. Now for myself, I was almost dead about 10 years ago. I found out I had celiac disease, and that's what was causing my problems. I had a big fat gut out here like this that I couldn't get rid of. I mean, maybe not that big, but bigger than it is now. Anyway, but I found out what that was, cleaned up my diet, got myself healthy. And we do hot yoga 2 or 3 days a week. I go to the gym every other day. We usually do some kind of aerobic exercise like running or walking, and then we also ride. So paying attention to all those things, and just know that you're never going to be a better rider than you are fit. Now, I do suggest that everybody do yoga. You can get started the way I did on YouTube. If you go on YouTube, there's a class on there called Basic Principles of Alignment by Yoga Today. It's an hour-long class. I highly suggest you start with that because it takes the most simple yoga exercises like mountain pose and teaches you how to engage your muscles and hold yourself correctly. And start with that because it's a really good explanation. There's another class on there by the same teacher called A Positive Perspective that takes it a little bit further, and those are both hour-long classes. So yoga, some kind of strength building exercises, and aerobic exercises. You need all of those to keep yourself healthy. On top of that, Karen and I both see a chiropractor when you're doing this kind of thing. We have a great chiropractor that we go to, and of course finding a good one is important, but we go once a week, usually both of us, because when you're doing this kind of athletic sport, and it really helps. You get a pain. It used to set me back for weeks. Now that I have a good chiropractor, I can go and I can get things adjusted, and I can get out of that pain very quickly. Any other advice you might add there, Karen?
Hand massage.
Massage.
Nice stretching, Thai type massage.
There you go. Nice stretching type massage. I also do that once a week. I have a massage every week. So I have massage, I have chiropractor every week, and on top of hot yoga, weightlifting and running, as well as riding horses. So that's what it kind of takes if you want to be good at this. It's kind of like ballet. You wouldn't go and decide to take ballet if you were 200 pounds overweight. Well, you can't ride a horse and be 200 pounds overweight and do them any good either. So bear in mind all this. Good luck with it all. Will and Karen from Art to Ride. We'll see you all soon. Thank you.